How would you define luxury? Your purchase of our rhinestones has put extravagance right at your fingertips. Here at the Baby's Booty, we are taking the standard of luxury and bringing it directly to you. Introducing the perfect companion to your luxe rhinestones, the Baby's Booty Ice Boxes. Our ice boxes are in the perfect sizes to complement your order. Each color in your purchase will be labeled and packaged in these elegant acrylic boxes, ready to display your luxury stones for everyone to see. The Baby's Booty Ice Box, where our bling is the finer thing. Welcome everyone to the Baby's Booty channel. I'm Eve with the Baby's Booty, and tonight we have a huge packed schedule. Like, I don't know how we're gonna get through all of this, but we got to get through all of this. So forgive me for not like completely being glued to the chat. Then on top of that, y'all, my sidekick is down for the count. So Mr. McQuackins is down with a bad headache. So unless he snuck in the back door somewhere, he's not going to be joining us tonight. He doesn't feel well at all. So it's just me. So I got to man the chat by myself. Well, I'm not by myself because I got Sheila Cushion. Hi, Sheila Cushionberry. And Marilyn hit that nail on the head tonight. Do you hear me? So if y'all missed Marilyn saying Sheila Cushionberry tonight, you need to go check out Patrice's live from a couple of hours ago. Man, that thing was funny. So at any rate, so he's down. So I apologize if we missed some comments, missed some whatever's. It's just, it is what it is tonight. But it is definitely a packed show tonight because, first of all, got to let you guys know, those of you who are in here and are interested in doing some really big moves and getting into the business arena with whatever crafting it is that you're doing. It doesn't have to be the rhinestones, doesn't have to be embroidery, whatever crafting you're doing, you have support out there coming up this week. And I want to talk about that. The other thing I want to mention is the buy-in and the buy now. All right. So we need to talk about that. Then in addition to that, we over in Patrice's live tonight with her and Marilyn, there were a lot of questions that came up about settings for your cutting machine for your rhinestone flock. Now, generally, there is a section of the class where I do discuss this, but heck, we're going to talk about that tonight because it's such a problem and it's hurting my feelings because I'm like, man, this is we need to simplify this for everybody. So we'll get into that. Then I was trying to do a really cool project for a friend, and Marilyn kind of taught me that I could do this. And I was like, I was fooling with some stuff yesterday, and I thought about something that Marilyn had said to me in a live a while back. And I was like, wait a minute, what? I can do what? And so last night, I got to thinking and I was like, well, if I could do that, then that means I can do this. And I can do this with the rhinestones, y'all. So we're going to talk about that here in a moment with a new kind of project that you could possibly do with the Hot Fix rhinestone. So it's a packed schedule. Like I said, packed house. We're going to get right into it. Because like I said, I just don't want anyone to miss out on any of this information. And forgive me if we run over tonight. I'm gonna try really hard not to, because once we get into the settings and stuff with the cutting machines, that's gonna take a couple of minutes to get that, and let y'all know, because not only am I going to show how it works with your Cricut. So like Prince is a Cricut maker up there on top. He's a Cricut maker. I cut my flock with that. Down here on my racks, I have a Cricut Explore Air 2. It's mint green. I cut my rhinestone flock with that. I also have the very first Cricut I started out with, which is a Cricut 1. I cut rhinestone flock with that. Then we have our Cricut Joy over there on the table. I cut rhinestone flock with that. Then we have the silhouette. I used to cut rhinestone flock with that, but then there was a little issue. So we're going to even give that a shot tonight and see if we can't get that working again. Because after using it for a couple of other things, maybe we can get it back working again. But even if not, we have some good tips to help you figure out what might be the case. And we're going to talk about that too. So real quick, I'm going to go back in, make sure I don't have any bells to ring. If I have bells to ring, please, please, please put it in the chat so that I can see it, because I definitely want to ring the bell. There were a lot of you guys in here. Miss Beckham, hopefully you will be okay and not have any blackouts tonight and then not be able to see the show. I see a lot of beautiful familiar faces. Absolutely love everybody. I really don't want to miss out on some of this information tonight, so I apologize, but I want to definitely say hi, especially to our YouTube Hoop Group members, whom I love so very much. As a matter of fact, tonight I was supposed to schedule for the captains and did not get to. I'm scrolling, y'all. If there's because Dottie P got a new baby, so I'm hoping she's in here so I can ring the bell for her. She got a graph tech, so yeah, you get the bell rung for you for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I don't see what's going on, y'all. Thank you for the well wishes for him. We've been going back and forth. I have a headache, he has a headache. I have a headache, he has a headache, and it's just like, I don't know what's going on, but this headache stuff is getting real old. I'm real sick of this headache. But I've been doing good. Oh, and I need to type of hi Annette. We do hot fix rhinestones over here only. So they're hot fix, they're super high quality. And you'll get to see those as we go through the evening because I will be working. Hi, Micro Farmer. Welcome. Thank you for joining us for your very first live. And I'm going to ask that you guys, the wonderful, beautiful people in our group who are moderators, if you'll help me out with saying, hey, I'd appreciate it. But welcome, Melinda Brown. I appreciate you joining us as well. And so really quick, on a personal level, I put a note in the Facebook group about joining me in drinking more water, trying to cleanse our systems, doing better, which part of me thinks it's me coming down off of these Coke Zeros that's causing these headaches. I'm not sure, but I haven't had a soda in well over a week. Andrea Ross, thank you so very much for Super Chat. Woo! Holler! Thank you so very, very much for your support of our channel. We always are thoroughly excited and just honored for anyone who chooses to support our channel, and we really appreciate it. It's been well over a week since I've had the soda. I've been drinking water. Look, y'all, look what I did. You know, I had to bling out my sleeve that goes on my circle bottle, and I hand placed these stones up here, y'all, and I was like struggling. These are hot fix stones. So the stones that we offer on our website are hot fix rhinestones. So if you're interested in getting some, this is the application. The hot fix rhinestones are applied with a heat press is what we recommend using, and a household iron. We do not at all recommend that. But you can apply them with a Cricut Easy Press. You just have to be sure that you're allowing significant time and pressure for the Easy Press to work, but it can work. HTV Ronts work. Most of your heat presses work. All righty. So let's see. First off, for those of you who are so if you're not familiar, first actually go back to this. If you're not familiar with the circle bottle, this takes regular bottled water, tap water, sparkling water even. You put it in here, you drink it through what's called a sip, which is up here. They're interchangeable. They have different flavors in here. Some are sweetened. They have some that are not. And you can dial your sweetness or your flavor up from 1 to 10 rather, and you can do whatever flavor you dial you desire. if you have any questions, go on Facebook. Check out our Facebook post about this. I have a link to them. They're also in Walmart's. So you don't even have to use the link if you don't want to. Just go to Walmart, get one, drink more water. Okay, that's what that's all about. Janita McLean, thank you so very much for becoming a member. Holler! Thank you. We appreciate it. And Sharon Davenport, we are always honored for your support. You have a good night, my dear. Thank you for joining us. And if you go to sleep, it will not hurt my feelings because I go to sleep on myself sometimes. All right. So I want to go into really quick, those of you who are trying to start a business and need some encouragement, need some direction, okay? Please check out links in the description below. I have free tickets, linked to free tickets for a Crafting for Profit event that is happening this weekend. All right. So what that Crafting for Profit event is going to do is they have guest speakers who have recorded classes that you can take that are on a wide range of subjects. A lot of them are people that you know and love here on YouTube, other crafters. So please check that out. The link is in the description below. I don't want you to miss out. There are free tickets. So even if you're concerned, yeah, they do have an all access pass that does have a fee attached to it. You don't have to do that, people. Please don't miss this. Don't miss it. Even if you're on the fence and you're like, I don't really want to be a business. I kind of low key just want to make stuff for people. Okay, but there's still some things on there that are very, very helpful. For instance, there's a bookkeeping, like receipts, checking your paper, learning how to keep your numbers together, get all of that straight, blah, 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 blah. She has a class in there. Look, I'm taking that, fam. I'm not playing them games. So there are a ton of classes. Just go get the free ticket. Get the free ticket. Please get the free ticket. At least get the free ticket. Don't pass this opportunity up. If you're going to be busy this weekend, get the all access pass. I hate to tell you, because the free ticket is you have to be like front and center when that thing is airing, and it's only going to play for 24 hours. Okay. So definitely check that out. So you don't miss out, please. Okay. So let us go over to the cutting table, because over on the cutting table, we have our Cricut Joy, but I'm not going to start with the Cricut Joy. I'm actually going to start with the the Cricut one. The Cricut one. All right. So like I said, I do have a project that I want to do tonight that Marilyn linked me into, and she doesn't know it. I haven't even told her yet. Barbara Bonaparte, thank you so very much. Holler! We appreciate it. Yes, honey. Yes. We appreciate your support of our channel. And Karen Nicholas, yes, there are the little squirt bottles and things like that, but those tended to not work very well for me. I have bottles up there that I did maybe once or twice and didn't use it. This, I cannot stop using this. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. And like I said, it ain't lining my pockets. You can go to Walmart and get them. They're a little pricey, but y'all, they work. They last a long time. I love them. But at any rate, so let's get over to our other table. So like I said, I'm probably going to start with the Cricut Explore 1. And the reason why I'm thinking I'm going to start with that one is because it's the oldest, right? And if you have an Explorer 1, you actually can cut out rhinestone templates with it. I also need to make sure I got a blade in it, because I've been stealing blades from myself. I know that sounds weird, but it is what it is. And then what we'll do is I will open up a project in Cricut Design Space that I want to cut out tonight. Matter of fact, let's do that. Let's do that first. Because I created a design and I need to make sure that it's going to cut, because I have not cut it yet. I designed it today, actually. Struggled with one part of it, and I'm going to pull that up here in a moment and let you guys see it. And here we go, pulling up Cricut now, and we're going to share screen. Trying to figure, let's see. There you go. Come on, Cricut. Y'all know Cricut, my girl, she be wanting to work sometimes, and sometimes she don't be wanting to work. And I understand that, girl. I know you probably tired cutting out stuff for people all day, but I need you to work for me today too. Okay. So here is my Cricut design space. So I'm going to go to new project, and then I'm going to upload, and I'm going to upload image, and I'm going to browse, and it is in my downloads, and it is this here. Doesn't look like much, but once I had already uploaded it, y'all. That's crazy. That's probably the wrong size one. But this is a YouTube symbol. So let me unconnect that and take this from that. And there we go. It's a little bitty. Let me make sure the size. The size of it is 4 inches wide. So let's go back to Cricut. And this one says 3.19 inches. Okay, that's the wrong size. So typically, and this is for you Cricut users, especially, well, only actually, Cricut users, when you get a rhinestone design, especially even if you made it yourself, I made this one and I'm uploading it and it came into Cricut the wrong size. Sometimes it does that. It is what it is. I told y'all, Cricut, she a testy heifer, right? She can be sometimey, and she being sometimey tonight, but that's okay because we know how to get her to do what we want her to do. We kind of like threaten her a little bit, but I'm not gonna threaten her. I'm just gonna be like, look, heifer, here's the right size. I'm just gonna type the right size in. Now, when you type the right size into Cricut design space, make sure, and I wish I could zoom in. I don't know how to zoom in with point and click and make it zoom so that you can see it really good, but way up here the tip, let's move this up to the top. You see where this is at? Right up above it there is a padlock up here. Before I resize this, I need to make sure that whenever I resize it to get wider, it gets taller at the same time, in control of how it was originally made. Because if I stretch it out long ways, then my circles, all of these are perfect circles. If I stretch it long ways, then it'll make my circles ovals. You see what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that this padlock up here is locked before you resize it, right? So let's resize this. So wide, I need it to be 3.99 inches. And once I hit enter, the height is going to change automatically to what it's supposed to be to keep my circles as circles. Okay. So this is supposed to be 4 inches, and this is the right thing. And whenever you bring in a design and it doesn't come in at the right size, make sure you grab everything on that rhinestone design that you brought over at one time and resize it all at one time. Okay. But you got to make sure that all of the pieces are where they're supposed to be together before you resize it. All right. So probably the better option is while it was still grouped, resize it then. Don't resize it after you've ungrouped it. All right. So going back to our design. So here is my design, and here's the YouTube, and here is the little white part that's going to be in the middle. It's super cute. So I want to cut this out. And it's small enough where I actually can cut this out with the Cricut Joy, which is super cool. But we're going to cut this out with the Cricut Explore 1. Now, let's get to the part where I teach this in the class. Now, we have a beginner's class coming up, all right? I'm going to show you the beginner's class real quick, just in case you're wondering, and it is at thebabiesbooty.com. All right, so let me bring this over. Here is our website. This is thebabiesbooty.com, and hang on. And this right here is the babiesbooty.store. We have two websites, okay? .store is just like it sounds. This is the store where you go and buy things and you shop, and this is where we sell our rhinestones, okay? But .com is right here. If you're interested in getting in on the buy-in, I think you can click here, or either this is the newsletter. Is this the newsletter, or is this the store? That's the store. Okay, so that's the link to the store. But up here, I think this is, if you click just buy-in up here, it'll tell you where it's at. And then you can click on order. If you have a broken box, you can click claim. And if you're interested about the insurance that you get, that little 1% on your packages, please read this so that you'll know what to expect if something ever happens to your package. But anyway, I digress. We have a class coming up. So if you click right here on events, it will show you we have the Crafting for Profit Rhinestoning for Beginners class coming up Saturday, February the 25th. This one will be pre-recorded. Okay, so there is a class here, and this one I'm taking a leap of faith. And this one you can get the tickets that come with the crafting package if you're interested. Because we don't know if we'll ever get rhinestone flock ever again. And so I'm taking a leap of faith with the flock that I have in stock. Okay. So this is where you can get your classes. Click on the events tab. And like I said, this is the main website, but this is the store website. Okay. I'm good, Lakeisha. Welcome. Welcome. So at any rate, let's go back to this right here. I'm going to give you some information that I normally share in that beginner's class. Okay. So when you are unsure, you've never cut a rhinestone template before in your whole entire life, but you want to cut a template today. That is so awesome. I am so proud of you. I am rooting for you. You can totally do this. You can totally do this. Okay. So there's a couple of options available for you when you go to cut a rhinestone template. For instance, I'm going to go ahead and bring in another one of my designs. Let's go view all. And the only reason I'm bringing this one in is because it's a pretty big one. Okay, so let's go to our canvas. This is a design that I made. He's an octopus, super huge, super cute. Matter of fact, he's what I have on right now. So this design, as you see, it is almost 12 inches by 11, almost 11 inches, right? So this is a pretty big design. And when you go to cut this out, I wish I could remember how many rhinestones is in it. I don't remember. But when you go to cut this out, I want to say it was like 3,000. It's going to take you a while to cut this out. Okay. I'm being real. If you have a graph tech, for instance, it won't take you too much time to cut this out. If you have a Star Tech, according to Patrice, Star Tech will cut this out pretty quick. Cricut, silhouettes, you know, I don't know about the Romeo or the Juliette, but Cricuts, silhouettes, brothers, they're going to take their time to cut this out. They are slower cutters. So can you imagine you've never cut a rhinestone template before, and you go in a group and you say, hey, what setting do I need to use for my rhinestone flock? And somebody says, oh, all you got to do is do a pressure of 250 and you'll be able to get your thing cut out. I cut it out on that all the time. And then you say, okay, cool. And you take your precious rhinestone flock, you put it on the mat, and you go to cut this large template out. 30 minutes later, you go to pull it off of the machine and nothing peels apart for you. You're going to be upset. Okay. I don't want you to be upset. You don't have to be upset. Let's fix this so that you won't be upset. Okay. First off, honey, listen, wait a minute, hold on. Wait, let me stop sharing. Hold on, because I need this. We need to talk. Listen to me. Listen, Linda, listen. I know you want to cut it out on your silhouette. I know you want to cut it out on your Cricut. I know you got a Cricut 1. I know you got a Cricut Maker 3. I know you got the Cricut Maker. I know you got it. I know you do, baby. I know you do. But listen, just because this setting works for me, it probably will not work for you. Just because that setting works for her or that setting works for him, that does not mean it's going to work for you. Come on, fam. Stop asking people what settings they're using, because there's a very high probability that it won't work for you. Let's fix that. Find your own settings. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're getting ready to show you. Folks have paid for the class ticket to learn this information, but we're going to give this to you tonight for free because I'm tired of y'all stressing. It's making me stress. I don't want y'all stressing. So let's get to it. Okay. So going back to sharing the screen, let's share the screen and go back to our Cricut design space, because we're going to take Octo away because Octo is way too big. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go so far. I still think there's still too many holes, but we'll figure. No, I'm going to teach you like I teach in the class. Forget this. You have Cricut design space, or you have Silhouette Business Edition, whatever edition you have, and you want to see if your rhinestones are going to cut. What you need to do is go to shapes, and you can pick a circle, you can pick a square, but I suggest a circle, and I'll explain to you why I suggest a circle. Okay, first let's put the circle up here. Now, most of your SS10 size rhinestones, sorry about that, y'all, my uh sugar meter is telling it on me. Actually, it was telling me my sensor was offline and it shouldn't be. But at any rate, ooh, my sugar high. I swear I can't win for nothing. At any rate, so with your circles, normally an SS10 size hole is usually 0.130. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure my padlock is locked. And I'm going to go up here. I'm going to highlight that too. And I'm going to hit the decimal sign, the period. And then I'm going to put 1, 3. And I'm going to hit enter. So 13. People say 13 is an unlucky number. I don't believe in luck. It is what it is. It's going to be or it ain't going to be. But 13, just keep that in mind. That's the only reason I mention that, is to help you keep that in your mind. For an SS10 size stone, 0.13. Okay. So that's what size these holes are right here. So what I want to do is take this. Actually, let me go here and I'm going to hide that and I'm going to hide that. And I'm just going to leave this circle. And then we're going to duplicate it a couple of times. There's duplicate right over here all the way on the right hand side. They made it super handy. I'm just going to keep clicking this a couple of times and get us some dots. Okay, so I'd say no more than about 4 or 5, 6 dots. You know, you don't need a whole lot, but you do want them to be in somewhat close proximity. All right, so let's highlight all of those and we're going to click attach. We need to attach the circles together so that they stay together. If you don't attach all of those circles, well, when you go to take it over to make it, it's going to form a whole long line of nothing but dots. So when you bring in a rhinestone design and it's just a long line of dots and you're like, what? I just paid for a design and all this is dots. No, fam. You didn't attach it. You didn't attach all of that. You got to make sure all them dots is going to stay in their spot where they're supposed to live, right? Okay, so now that we've hit attach, let's go to make it. And I'm going to put this on the mat and I'm going to confirm. All right. So here are my little dots way up here in the corner. Can you see them? They're so little itty bitty. They're itty bitty. They're super cute. Those are rhinestone dots. All right. And so notice here is a 1-inch grid square. This doesn't even take up a whole 1-inch grid of square. That's the key. You don't need it to be big. You just need little itty bitty up here in the corner. Okay. And I'll show you why. All right. So let's stop sharing. And now let's go back to the cutting table and I will talk you through what we're saying about why it needs to be less than 1 inch. Okay. So coming over here to the cutting table, I want you to see that here are some of my scrap pieces of flock. Now, if you do rhinestone templates at all, you're going to have scrap. And I do not, under any circumstances, throw scrap away. Thank y'all for clarifying. It is 0.13, 0.13. Okay. No, I haven't been in the bugles again. I have not. So I keep my scraps. I don't care how little they are. Why? Because I can use them for testing. I can always use these for testing, or I can use them for small designs because we have little bitty designs like that little YouTube one should fit on one of these little scraps. But that one with the 5 dots will fit perfectly on this. Look, here's a 1-inch square. Look, bloop, right there. That's a 1-inch wide strip. So I can cut this off right here if I wanted to, and I can test this flock. So that's the point. You want to be able to test your flock. Now, if I can find, oh, here it is. Give me a sec. Let me grab my Cricut mat. I done trucked it all the way over here and got stuff all over it from all the projects we've been doing the last couple of days. All right. Look at there. I got stuff everywhere, y'all. This is what happens when you're doing team too much. So set that off to the side. And this is well used up. All right. So remember when we put that those dots on the grid on the program, it was way up in the upper left hand corner. Now, before we get to putting this down and before you even start trying to use your Cricut machine, there's a couple of things you need to keep in mind. Okay. So one of the things you need to keep in mind is the condition of your mat. The condition of your mat is super important. Why is that important? Because your rhinestone flock has to hold on to something. That's if you're using it without the white backing or with the white backing. Doesn't matter. Your rhinestone flock, your Cricut mat's condition is super important. Like this one is a little bit on the grungy side. I ain't gonna lie, I've been using it. But you see, like there's a couple of little extra flock dots right here. There's some grit where it fell down on the ground and got on it. That one I done cut so much it's done worn out. The glue right there, there's like no glue at all right up here in this corner. So there's a lot of things that you need to keep in mind, because what happens is there's no adhesive here to hold on to anything. Like this needs to be held in place, because what happens when you go to cut your cardstock or your paper or your vinyl, for instance, what happens when you put your vinyl down and it's not stuck to the mat, y'all? It's so many of y'all in here that have cut vinyl and all kinds of stuff, not even talking about flock. What happens when you put vinyl or paper or something down and then you go to cut it with your machine? Who knows what happens? Doesn't matter what the heck you're cutting. It's going to happen every single time. When you go to cut, we're going to pretend like this is my blade. Matter of fact, let's get a blade. Hold on, let's cut the heat press back on. I don't need that cutting off because we got to press some stuff. So here's my blade. What's going to happen is it's going to do this number right here. What are you cutting? You're not cutting anything. All it's doing is making you mad. So you need to make sure, number one, that it has sufficient enough sticky for your material that you're cutting. Then, so now we're getting into science. Now, y'all know I don't do math. Math is not my strong suit, but I do love science and the rhinestone techniques. Just about everything about rhinestones is science and math. It's super cool. But the scientific fact about this rhinestone flock is this. The flock, this flocked surface, which is what makes it the ideal material to brush the rhinestones over the top of, as well as the flock is perfect for doing rhinestoning. The second reason why it's good for rhinestoning is because it is a flocked kind of like fabric velvety surface. The transfer tape, hot fix transfer tape, not just any transfer tape, it has to be hot fix, but the hot fix transfer tape will not stick to this. It won't stick to it. It's almost like Teflon. So that's why the flock is just so important and why it works somewhat better than cardstock, because a lot of your flat cardstocks, when you put the transfer tape on it and go to peel it off, especially if it's a fresh piece of transfer tape, it's going to pull off some of that paper and cause a whole mess. Okay. So you got to have some, well, you don't have to, but that's why the flock is so ideal. Now, the downside to this being flock is this: your vinyl is smooth, super slick. Your crafting paper is smooth. Your cardstock, a lot of your cardstocks are smooth. So when you have a slick surface for that blade to glide across, you don't have as much resistance. So this flock velvety covering causes resistance. So what happens is if you don't have sufficient sticky, it's already going to move anyway, but this causes even more resistance and causes it to drag even more. So that's why I think Demp's designs, for instance, she was having some issues with her Cricut, and I think it's going to be the same issue for me with the silhouette, because when I was cutting my circles in my flock, They were cutting as ovals. So if it's not cutting in a perfect circle as it should, now my silhouette cuts everything else perfectly. My labels, my stickers, everything else cuts perfectly, but those are slick, smooth, thin surfaces, even on a ratty old mat. But when I go to cut the rhinestone flock, it was cutting in ovals. So if you're having issues with your circles not cutting completely, that could be the issue. Try a brand new blade. If you tried a brand new blade and that still didn't work, look at your mat. What condition is it in? Is it sticky? Does it still have sufficient sticky? That could be the problem too, because if it's not holding your stuff to the surface. So that's one of the other reasons why I prefer to keep the paper on instead of taking the paper off, because with the paper on, it gives this flock a lot more stability. But if you take this paper off the back, then what happens is it kind of makes, see, like right now, I can't stretch this. I cannot stretch this at all. But look at this right here, this template that I made wrong. It doesn't have the paper on it. I can stretch it. I can stretch it. See it stretching? See, it stretches. So if you have this on the mat and you're cutting, but right behind this area right here, there's no sticky, then when you go to cut, when this blade goes down and tries to cut in that area, it very well could be moving that flock. And that's why that area didn't cut all the way out, but this area over here did cut all the way out. There's a lot you have to keep in mind when you're working with these cutting machines and trying to make sure that you have everything the way it needs to be in order to get your stuff to cut out correctly. Okay. So if you're having trouble cutting out, once you get your setting, well, hopefully we'll get your settings tonight. But even after you've got your settings and you've been cutting for a while, now all of a sudden you're having issues with your settings, do a process of elimination. Try a new blade. You put a new blade in and it's still cutting wonky. Check your mat. See if your mat is just too old and too jacked up to be still trying to use it. If the mat is a fairly newish mat and you don't have any grit and gristle on them, then check your flock. Is it an old flock? Is it a new flock? Do you have the backing on? Do you have the backing off? There's so many factors that could cause problems. That's only if you're having problems, okay? Hopefully you won't have problems because you're new to this and we're going to get this right. Now, that brings me to the other point though. If you're new to this, should you use a brand spanking new mat? Or should you use a light grip mat? Or should you use a heavy grip mat? Well, my best experience is with a slightly used green regular old mat. Okay. If you don't have a slightly used regular old green mat, I wish I could remember who gave me this tip so that I could credit them for it, but I don't unfortunately remember who it was, and it frustrates me that I don't remember. But if you have a mat and it's brand spanking new and it's too sticky, you can get a regular t-shirt, a brand new t-shirt, because a brand new t-shirt will have more lint on it, and you can take that brand new t-shirt and just press it to the mat and then pull it off, and that'll give it the lint will come from the shirt just like a lint roller. The lint will come from the shirt and stick to the mat, but it's just enough where it doesn't mess with your sticky too bad, but it's enough to keep it from being super sticky. You see what I'm saying? So you can do that, and see if it works for you and helps you cut better. Shell says that she uses a brayer and painter's tape and keep mats on hand, and that's good. The problem though with the painter's tape still goes back to when you're cutting it out on the mat, is you're taped and everything super secure all around out here, but in here it can still move and it can still give. So just be careful. Just be super careful when you're doing it. Okay. So let's go back to our test. And I'm not going to use this one because this is kind of grungy. I've been using it and using it and using it. So we're going to move that one out the way and I'm going to go to this one. So again, our test cuts, we have 5 circles that are over there in this upper corner. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to leave it on the paper and I'm going to put this down right there in the corner, just like the Cricut thing says to put it down. Okay, so let's grab my Cricut Explorer 1. Cricut Explorer 1. And don't judge me for my Cricut Explorer 1 because this is my baby. Okay, it's dirty because it's been under the cabinet. Prince came in, and yeah, Prince kind of took over. I'm not ashamed of that. But this is the Cricut Explorer 1, and it's called the Cricut Explorer 1 because it only has one cutting thingy. It only has one thingy here. Okay, whereas the Air 2 is called the 2 because it has two thingies. And let me grab my 2 so that you can see it. And I'm gonna make a mess over here, so if you hear crashing and booming, don't judge, because both of these have been under the cabinet. Okay, so over there on my rack. So again, this is the Air 2, and it's because it has two carriages, not carriages, but two little thingies to hold stuff. So this will hold a pen and it'll hold a blade, whereas this only holds one or the other. I don't know that this one, I'm pretty sure you can do an adapter to make this one hold a pen, but I can't remember. But as you see, you can't do both. Okay, and it's Air 2 because you can actually use this one Wi-Fi, from what I understand. Mine didn't really work very well, so I never used it. Okay, this one was well used. Both of them were well used and loved. Keep in mind, both of these have the dial. Okay, they also have a custom setting, so you can do custom settings as well. Okay, do you need to use a different computer with each machine when cutting using multiple machines? No, you do not. What I generally do is open up Cricut, explore one Cricut thingy over here and then another Cricut thingy over here. I don't know how to explain. So I have like two instances of Cricut Design Space running at the same time, but you do need to be careful and make sure that you're using the right one for the right job, because while one is cutting, you don't want to think that you're using this one and click the wrong thing and cancel this job. So, but what I was going to mention as well, so for this particular machine, as you see, is right here on cardstock. Over here, it's on light cardstock. There have been instances I've turned it into bonded fabric. But again, a lot of the things that make the difference is the blade. Okay, your blade makes all the difference in the world. Number one, look at this blade. What do you see on this blade? That's a no-no. Well, I'm too light. Let's use this piece of paper right here. What do you see on that blade? See, it's got gunky on it. This thing has been cut and flock, and it is well loved. So this is not going to cut flock at its highest potential because it's got flock crammed all around it. Okay, so you got to clean that kind of stuff out to make sure that when you go to do your project is going to cut nice and clean. Now, a way to clean the blade is to get a ball of aluminum foil and stab the ball of aluminum foil with it. You can do that, or just change the blade. You can change the blade too. All right. So this is the Air 2. Let's check this one and see if there's a blade in here. And if so, what condition is it in? There is a blade in here, but it's kind of gritty. It's got a little bit of black grit on there from somewhere. I don't know where that's from. I don't know what the heck is up with that, but both of them have blades in it. So this is the thing. When is the last time I used this machine? When is the last time I used this machine? Kind of doesn't matter. What matters is how much I use this blade. Let me ask you another question. Let's put this one off to the side and we'll come back to this one and check the settings on this one here in a sec. So let me ask you a question. Let's say you have $60,000 right now to go buy a car. You can go buy a car. And somebody comes to you with a Lamborghini and they're like, hey, you can buy this. I'll sell you this Lamborghini for $60,000. And you're like, that sounds too good to be true because I know how much Lamborghinis cost. For real. So they say, well, no, you can get it. I promise. It's in great shape. You can use it and you won't have any issues with it. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Let's scratch that. Because that's most of us don't do cards in here. Let's go to cooking. We all cook, hopefully, for the most part. Everyone has used a knife in the kitchen. Okay. Or we can even go even closer in the crafting room. We all use scissors. So why is it so important that you don't use your fabric scissors for cutting everything else in your craft studio? You only have one pair of scissors for your fabric scissors. Or why do you not let other people throughout the house use your crafting scissors for cutting other projects throughout the house? Because it's going to dull the blades of your scissors. It's going to possibly nick the blades and the teeth of your scissors. So like I have a pair of scissors. These are my grungy. I don't care what I cut. I don't care what's around. I have these scissors that I use for everything. And then I have this black snazzy super sharp pair that no one touches in my studio, period. This is for, I don't cut flock with this. I barely cut my hot fix transfer tape. I cut simple things because y'all hear that? I love that sound because it's like these suckers is nice and sharp. I love these scissors and they were not inexpensive. So likewise, you know that these won't cut as good and as sharp as these scissors will. So likewise, if I put a brand new blade in here, it's going to cut sharper, better, faster, and possibly even deeper than the old blade that's in here now. So whatever settings I set this on right now, I'm going to have to change those settings if I change the blade. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to you, because that's what people tend to forget. They want to ask for settings, but they don't take into account the blade condition. So that's another factor that could change how my settings won't be the same as yours. But that doesn't matter because we're teaching you how to come up with your own settings. Okay. So I hit the power button on this. I turned it on. And now that I think about it, this is not air. So I'm going to have to plug this one in. So I can unplug that and plug in that. Okay, I think I can get to it. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead, load this mat, and we're going to do a series of test cuts. Now, there's a very good possibility that right here on this cardstock setting that will work and that I won't have any issues and that it will cut my rhinestone flock like it is on the with the white backing on the back side of it. There's a very good possibility that will happen. Okay, so let's see if that's going to be the case. Let's plug this in. Hopefully my computer will pick it up. And let's see. So we will go to continue on my Cricut design space. Right now it's picking up prints. So I don't want it to pick up prints. Let's go back. Oh, that's why it's picking up prints. Are you sure you want? Yes, I want to cancel the cut. I'm going to cancel this. Oh, that's why. Okay, so I need to switch from Maker up here to Cricut Explore Family. And now let's go to Make It. All right. So I'm going to hit continue. It's looking for the machine. It found it. Yas. Thank you for not getting on my nerves while I'm live. Lord, why is Sheila Cushenberry on the principal? Oh, fabric scissors. Yeah. Okay. So right now it has that my base material. Let's go here. It has that my base material is set to cardstock. And then it's telling me to press go. Excuse me. And it's got the Cricut 1 up there in the top. Now, let me see if this is going to do it or not. Let's switch it to fabric. Shut up, thing. Okay. And you see it says base material set to cardstock plus because I moved it to that dot. And now we move it again and it's on fabric. So this is how I change my settings. Now let's put it on custom. And you can do custom material here. Let me shut this thing up, y'all. This stupid snitching phone, I swear, so help me. I asked for these sensors in my arm, and I regret it sometimes because I don't be wanting it. It's telling on me, and I don't like that. And Mr. McQuack, see there, what you done ate? Your sugar is high. We don't want to talk about that right now. But at any rate, so you can come on here and choose other materials. You can browse all materials, and you can check out other settings right here and change other settings and find a setting that may not be set on the machine right now. But so far, the settings on the dials on the machine have worked out really well for me. So I'm going to go back to my dial and I'm going to put it back on cardstock, even though for this one, I think it was fabric, but I'm going to start out with cardstock. Okay. And it says to press the flashing button. I am new to bling. What is flock? Is that flock vinyl? This is not flock vinyl Arva. So a lot of people think they go to buy. See how you see that? The dag nabbit. I wish you could have seen that. I wish you could have seen that higher. I don't know. I hope y'all saw that. Hold on. Let me stop sharing my screen. So when this thing was cutting, do you see that lump in here? It was moving the whole piece of flock. So there's a good possibility that either it didn't cut or it cut in ovals because it did not stay secured down to the mat because there wasn't enough sticky. And this is a much stickier mat than what I had before. So we really would have been short. But that's what happens. Circles cause drag. More drag, actually. Circles cause more drag on a machine than straight lines. Circles cause more drag. And you are able to tell that once we cut over there on the Cameo, because anytime there's a line, the Cameo isn't super loud, but when it cuts a line is one sound, but when it goes to cut in a circle or any kind of a curve, it's much louder. Okay. So let's see if it cut anything. I don't know that it did because it moved. It wasn't supposed to move. But look, it did cut. It cut two of them. So that cardstock setting worked great for me. So here's the thing. If you went to pick this up off of your mat and it left the white backing and the pink circle behind and it put a hole through both, back up your pressure. You don't have to leave your pressure that high. If you peel this off, there's nothing on the mat. Okay, cool. And you go to peel this and you don't have anything left, then increase your pressure by 1 or 2. You see what I'm saying? You're in control in finding out what this is. And Angel B has an excellent video on that in her most recent video where she made her shirt with the pastel color stones using the Romeo cutting machine to cut her rhinestone flock. Watch her video because even though her machine is completely different from yours, the theory is the same. You figure out what your settings are for your machine. If you crank this all the way up as high as you can crank it and it's still not cutting, try a new blade. That sounds more like you need a new blade. That point, make sure you got a new blade and a newish mat. And then try again. You have to find your settings. That's why I was saying this will work with the Explorer 1. This will work with the Air 2. So I'm going to cut out my one design right here on the I'm going to do the inside to the YouTube symbol. And because I'm always putting stuff in this upper corner, I need more grip. So I'm going to come down here to right here to number 3. Press it down. And then, well, that's not going to work because it's going to spit it out. Hold on. Let me switch and go ahead and put this over. And I'm forever messing this up. So hopefully I won't mess it up with you guys right here on the screen. So I'm done. So I saw that it cut, and I think it would have cut all of those circles had I not had it in a non-sticky section. So let's make that hidden, and I'm going to bring this up because this is what I need to cut next. And I said I was going to bring it down to 3. So let's put it right here. Okay, so it should be on that 3rd line, 1 inch over. And let's go to make it. I'm going to leave it on Explore. Let's go to make it. I'm going to put it on the mat. I'm going to confirm. Oh, I need to do it right here, not up there. So this is where I want it to be, right there at the 3 and 1 inch over. Okay, and then we'll hit continue. And I'm going to tell it to cut right there. So let's stop sharing screen. And like I said, I had it at the 3rd line and 1 inch over. I do this every time, I swear, y'all, and it still be cutting in the wrong spot. I don't know what I be doing wrong, but whatever. That felt like it went in crooked. So give me a sec. There we go. I'm gonna make sure that's straight. And it's on cardstock still. I'm gonna hit go. And let's see if it cuts out all of the circles for my YouTube symbol like it's supposed to without moving. So it's not moving at all as far as the piece of the pink piece of flock. So going back to answer your question, I apologize, my dear. This is not the t-shirt flock. T-shirt flock does not have adhesive on the back of it, whereas this does. Okay, and the t-shirt flock is much thinner than this material right here. This is some thick material, whereas the t-shirt flock is a lot thinner. Okay. So no, it is definitely not the same thing. So our thing cut. Let's see if it cut all the way through. All right. It did not cut all the way through to my mat. So that's awesome, because I don't want a bunch of circles cut into my mat. And then when you look on the back, let's see if I can get you to see it. No, maybe if I had a flashlight, you can kind of lightly see that there are circles barely coming through the back of this, but it didn't cut all the way through. So let's peel and see how well it cut. And look at there. Every circle, with the exception of one, weeded by itself. I didn't have to do anything. So I do need to take out this one circle. And there I have my template. So I'm going to cut this with my grungy scissors, because this is sticky. I don't want anything sticky on my new black scissors. All right. So here is my first template. Ta-da! I need this for my project that's super cool that Marilyn showed me that we're going to be able to do. So there's that part. I'm going to leave that sitting right there, and I'm going to put that part in the trash. So I calibrated. I checked my machine. I checked my settings. This one works great. As you see, we're cutting rhinestone flock. This is a Cricut 1. Okay. So let's cut that off. I'm going to unplug it, and we're going to put it back where it was living. And then I'm going to grab the Air 2. And we're going to cut the other part of our design out with the Air 2. All right, let's plug this in. Plug it in, plug it in. And we're going to plug this part in. All righty. Turn that on. Why are you rocking? What are you sitting on? Oh, you're sitting on a ice chip. What time is it? Sweet, 10 o'clock. Okay, cool. We got an hour. So here is our next project. I'm going to set it right here. I'm not going to push it in. Hopefully that won't fall to the ground. So let's go back to our computer. Now, keep in mind, this one right here says light cardstock. I know that's not right. I'm going to go ahead and put it on cardstock over here, even though I remember when I used this machine, bonded fabric was the setting that I would always use. But we're going to test out cardstock and see if it works over here, especially since I cleaned all the gunk out from around the blade. Okay, so let's go back to share our screen. And we're going to hit done. We're going to go up here to Explore, and it's still the Explore family. So I'm going to leave it there because this is the Air 2. Hide that, open that. Now this one is, what's that, 4 inches wide, just over 4 inches, and almost 3 inches high. So I'm going to bring this back down to 3 where I had the other one and put it right there. Oh no, I need to do that on the other screen. I don't know why I keep doing that. So I'm going to put it on the mat. I'm going to confirm. And now here, I'm going to bring it down to 3. All right. And I need to make sure my flock is at least 4 by 3 inches high, but it needs to be a little bit higher than that. And like Miss Bickham just pointed out, you don't have to use these settings around the dial. You can actually put it on custom and find your settings. The only reason why I'm not right now at this second suggesting that is because, as I showed you a minute ago, there is a long list of a ton of materials that you got to scroll through to try and figure out which one is going to be the one. And you can be here a long time testing a bunch of different materials when some of these over here will do just fine. You just have to go through them, unfortunately. So I should do my test cut first. I should not do that YouTube thing because that's a lot of circles. I don't know why I'm tripping, knowing full well we need to do a test cut. So I'm going to come back over to the computer and cancel all of that out. See, Ruji uses bonded fabric as well. So sometimes similar settings can work. Let's hit cancel. And I did the wrong thing. Let's hide that. Let's show this again. And I'm going to bring it down to, wait a minute, I got to do it on this screen. For any material, confirm and put this right there. And I'm going to bring it over a little bit, not so close to the edge. I'm going to put it more in the middle of that strip because it's 1 inch wide. And that's putting a lot of pressure up here in this upper area if I leave it up there. So we're going to bring it down some and we're going to hit continue. And then we're going to go over to the machine and we're going to hit go when this button starts flashing. Oh, it's telling me to put the mat in, duh. And we will go here. And let's see. Hopefully this won't move. And again, the white backing is still on the back of that, okay? So let's see if cardstock setting on this machine works like it does on my other one. Okay, simple. 5 circles. 5 circles. That was it. We didn't do a whole design only to find out that that setting won't work. So let's come right here. Let's pull it apart. Well, first of all, I don't see any dots left behind, which I figured it wouldn't. I do see that it cut a little bit. I can see the circles back here. So cardstock might work over here, y'all. What? Don't play. And you pull it up and look, it peeled perfectly. All 5 dots. All 5 dots. Okay. So if it cut beautifully through the circles and didn't stick to the backing, increase the pressure just a little itty bitty bit. Increase it just a little itty bitty bit. Okay. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and cut out our YouTube symbol with the cardstock setting since that worked. Okay. And again, make sure that your mat is holding on to your flock. Make sure that that's staying stuck to your flock as well. Okay. Because it needs to hold on to it. So let's try. Same with the scan and cut. You got to go through the exact same process with that one. Let's go back to our Cricut. We're done with our 5 circles. So we're going to hide that now. Bring this one back. And it's right there. So we're going to hit make it. And we're going to go any material. We're going to hit confirm. And then again, I'm bringing this down. So what I'm doing right now, again, I'm showing you how to do test cuts, but I'm also cutting this out because I'm trying to make a gift for a friend. And I want you guys to see something that to me is new to me anyways, something that I've never shown anybody that you're able to do with your hot fix rhinestones, something else to use your hot fix rhinestones for. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, this project and that project, even though that looks like SS10, y'all, I was supposed to have done this in SS6, but it might be SS10. I don't even know what size it is, but I'll find out when it's done. But this is another project that I am super excited about that Marilyn accidentally showed me. So I'm excited. But yes, if anyone else in here has a scan and cut, Sonia, I'm sure, is looking to figure out what settings you guys may start at. And yes, asking in groups. There's nothing wrong with asking what settings someone else used, because it could give you a starting point. But what I'm saying is, don't get the settings from somebody else. And then, like you saw, I'm here doing it on cardstock. Ooh, I'm going to cut mine on cardstock. And instead of doing a test cut first, you just go ahead for the gusto and cut out a whole big old design, only to find that it's not going to cut everything out. That's the only reason why I'm suggesting that. That's the only reason why I'm suggesting it. Okay. All right. So hopefully you guys have, hopefully that made sense for those that are new, that have never cut rhinestone flock before. Hopefully you're okay with that. While this is cutting, I'm going to go ahead and bling this right here on the side, since it's sitting there so patient and waiting, and I want to be sure. I know that's SS10. It is. So let's get some SS10 stones. I'm going to use, I want crystal. I think I have crystal over here. Pretty sure I got crystal already. Yep. Okay. It's only a couple of stones, which is good. So I'm gonna bling this. And I'm really excited to make this and put it in the mail, hopefully tomorrow. And hopefully you guys will like this project and try it as well. And there's going to be many reasons to use it coming up here soon. So if you do use this method, please put a picture in the Facebook group. If you're not a part of our Facebook group, come on over, join us. We enjoy new members. Everybody is pleasant. Everyone helps everyone. And we all are loving when you share your projects with everyone else to be able to see it. We absolutely love that. So please come over and share your projects. We would love to see them. And it is the Baby's Booty on Facebook. And it should be listed as the Hoop Group. And just that quick, here's our little YouTube arrow. So excited to be cutting this and sending this out, because I think this person will really appreciate the effort that we're going to put into this particular project. And I'm going to come back over here. Upload to Facebook. I'm sorry. We're already at 70%. Yes, that's why I love small designs, y'all. I like big designs too, but I love small designs. So let's go back to, while that's cutting, I want to let you guys know about the other thing I mentioned earlier, and that's the buy in and the buy now. All right. So we now have the option where you can buy rhinestones now. The buy now is going to be a new feature eventually. Right now we're testing testing ourselves, testing my assistants. Two of my kids decided they would love to come and help with this new endeavor. So it ain't breaking the bank just yet, but we're going to see how this works and make sure that we have enough room. We've cleared things out of the basement so that we can have storage there to store rhinestones. But I'm still limited in my space. So that's why in the buy now, the only thing available will be 20 gross chips of the colors. We won't be doing boxes in the buy now. It will only be chips because it's a smaller quantity that I would have to store versus bags of things I would have to store. Now in the buy now, because I'm hiring, these are retail prices. It's immediately available, ships out within 24 to 48 hours roughly, and we get them packaged and shipped right out. They don't come in the containers where you see all the chips stacked. You just get chips, period. That's all that comes in that particular package or in that offer, because that's extra time and extra materials. So that's why it's turning out to be that way. So let's go back over because our thing just stopped. So the buy now is going to be new. Like I said, right now it's just limited. We're trying this out. So only certain amount of stones are available. Oh, look at there, y'all. In some instances, it cut all the way through. Look at that. So it could be that that setting would have been just too heavy, and I could back it up a little bit. But I'm going to take this for what it is and love on it, and we're going to use it. So I'm going to cut this off right here. And while I'm peeling this, let's go back to what I was saying. The buy now is going to be a feature where you can get 20 gross chips of rhinestones. Okay, so 20 gross increments. And this is SS10. It was supposed to be SS6. That's not the size I wanted and for this particular project, but we'll go into why. It'll still work, but we'll go into why I would prefer SS6, which is odd for me to say, y'all, because I'm not usually a user of SS6 rhinestones because they're so small, and I have arthritis and, come to find out, visual issues that I didn't realize I had, but that's neither here nor there. So the SS6 are somewhat of a challenge for me, being that there are instances where my hands just won't let me do but so much. But this project, I'm so excited to show y'all. I can't wait till we get to that part. But this project, I think I know SS6 will work much, much better. And so I'm going to challenge my beautiful friend Patrice and my beautiful friend Megan with Marilyn, because they are rhinestone designers, and see if they can help us come up with some designs to go with this project. But I got to tell y'all what the project is first, right? Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. So the buy now is new. We appreciate all who have purchased so far. And we decided that it would be good for those who cannot wait for the buy in and they need something, because we had one instance where someone was like really in dire need of stones for a job, and I just felt bad because the buy in wasn't for another couple of weeks, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. Because I can't use I don't keep inventory for the buy in. I don't keep inventory for the buy in. But what did happen was, with the last buy in that we had, the Black Friday buy in, one of our shipments was held up in customs, and it was being delayed way longer than it should have. So what I did was I duplicated the order and had him ship me the exact same order again. So I have two shipments of the same thing. The other shipment, the second shipment second order rather that I ordered, came in before the shipment that was held up in customs, because I guess they were backed up or whatever. They were trying to cause me some issues by delaying y'all's packages, and I wasn't having it. So I just asked them to just send me the same order again. So I had extra stones this time. And so that's why we're running it with limited stones, and limited colors, and not all of the colors. But eventually, all of the colors will be available. But again, this is just a limited run for right now. We're selling until they're sold out. And hopefully, unfortunately, I can't get any more inventory in at this exact moment in time, but in the next couple of weeks, we will. So we'll be doing that. All right. So back to my gift. And this is red. And every other color is right here in front of me but red. Let's see. Let me go through my chips and see what I have without knocking things all over the place and without having to run to the other room to grab more chips. Let's see. Nope. I swear, y'all, every time I don't understand. And I meant to grab out. Oh, I did grab out the colors I thought I needed. I have the SS6 sitting right here because that's the color that. Oh, yeah, y'all, I meant to show y'all my cute little thingy I made with my X tool. Is this red? This is red. Hopefully this is enough. That don't look like enough. And it looked like. Let's see if that's enough. Yep, it might be enough. It's a dark red, but still red. This is cyan. The first color that I used was just regular old crystal. Regular old crystal. I'm sorry, crystal. I didn't mean to say it like that because a crystal is absolutely beautiful. It's not, none of the stones are regular old, so I shouldn't have said that. But it is crystal. There's no crystal AB, no AB or anything like that. It was just crystal. All right. And so we got an imposter. It looks like violet ice. I don't know where that came from. Let's see. I don't feel any overlapping stones. There's one. You brush your hand over the top. Just apply pressure and rub. Don't put your hand down and pick it up. You'll pick up stones. But if you just put your hand down and rub, then you can sometimes feel or dislodge a double stone that's sitting on top of another stone. So that's why I do that. Sweet. That was more than enough. Yas. Okay. So there's the other part to our design. Let's pick this up with this piece of tape that was left over from this part. And now I think the second part of the other part to my project will cut with the Cricut Joy. At least that's what I'm hoping. Because I got the Cricut Joy sitting right here. I was going to try to use the silhouette, but I'm running out of time. And I'm already going to have to adapt what I'm doing for the other part. All right, so here is this part. Now I cannot put this in the store. I can't sell this because that's not my logo and I'm making this as a gift for someone. But I can put the octopus in there if you're interested. I absolutely love that design. As I said, I have him on now. He's a pretty big design and he is absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love him. So I will put this in the store and it will be in the Baby's Booty store. So if you're interested in purchasing, wrong plug. Hold on. I forget the Cricut Joy got its own little plug. And I don't need the USB. So let's move that out of the way. Let's plug this up. And I apologize if I missed questions because my chat isn't moving right now. I need to move it. So give me a moment and we will cut it on. All right, so here's the Cricut Joy. All right, and we're going to check this blade, make sure. And as you see, it's got pink all around it too. Why? Because I've been cutting flock with it. So let's get the fuzz off from around here. All right, and then we'll put it back. Okay, so let's go back over to the computer. I'm going to advance my chat and then I'm going to share my screen. 0.13 is the size for SS10. It is for the SS10. Thank you, Make It with Marilyn. I appreciate it. So we're done with that. All right, and I am going to hide that. And I'm going to bring this back because now we need to test our Cricut Joy. Okay. I can't remember what setting I used for the Cricut Joy. So first we need to come up here to the upper right-hand corner. You see my mouse go all the way up here and where it says make it right beside it, it says explore. Let's drop that down and go to Cricut Joy because now I'm using my Cricut Joy. Okay. So now let's go to make it. And I'm going to do it on the mat is where we're going to cut this. And here's my little 5 dots. So let me grab my mat. And it is over here. I don't know where my short one is. So I'm going to grab a long one. Here's my long mat right here. And it is in that upper right-hand corner again. All right, so I'm going to cut this off where we tested the first time. And I'm going to put this down in that upper corner. Oh, that's too long. So let's turn it this way. All right. And then on slide. Oh, well, no, I got to tell it to cut first because there's no feed button on this thing. All right. And so let's hit continue. We're going to, why does it say Cricut Maker? I say Cricut Joy. Oh, is it on? Yeah, it's on. It says Maker. I don't want the Maker. Let me cut Prince off and make sure he ain't messing with my signal. Let's go cancel. Cancel the cut. This is a Cricut Joy. Let's hit continue. Why is it not finding my Cricut Joy? It's not finding my Cricut Joy, y'all. Hold on. It's plugged in. It's plugged up. It's been a minute since I used it, so that could be what's wrong. Hold on. Let's do this. Oh, it's Bluetooth. Let me connect it Bluetooth. Make sure it's going to connect. Hold on. SS6 is 0.97 according to Miss Bickham. I can't see. Prince causing controversy. Hilarious. That was funny. I saw what you did there. I saw what you did there. Let's go add a device. Bluetooth. And there it is. Cricut Joy. Holler. Okay. It wasn't connected. Bluetooth. There we go. Yay. Okay. So everyday iron on. No, I'm going to do medium cardstock only because that's what I use for my Cricut Maker. And I usually use more pressure, but I think, let's see. And what the heck? Let's go ahead with more pressure. All right. So now that we have that and it is on there. So now let's load because it's blinking. It wants me to load the mat. Oh, let me make it big so that you can see it. Let's make it big. Let's make it big so that you can see it. All right. So the light is flashing now. So let's go ahead and slide this in. It's going to check, make sure everything's cool. Now that it knows everything is cool, now it's going to say click go on my screen, not on the machine. And so now let's see if it cuts our 5 dots like it's supposed to. And if it does, then we'll be set to go ahead and cut our next part of our project. And hopefully I'm hoping this will be big enough for the next part. We'll see. All right, just that done. All right, and let's unload. Over here is what the screen says. Let's take this out. Let's take this off and see if it cut too much. Well, it didn't leave white dots behind. I don't see it cutting through to the back like on the other machine. So let's see how well it cut up here. Let's peel this. Drum roll, please. You ready? Yay! It cut. Holler. Okay, so we know that setting is going to work. All right. So as I showed you, medium cardstock, I did heavy pressure. That did work for my mats. Okay, so let's go back to our Cricut design space. Let's hit done because I don't want to do that anymore because I got my settings. There's my dots. Let's hide this. All right, so now let me get the other part to my gift. I'm going to go to upload. I'm going to upload image. I'm going to browse. And now I'm going to go to downloads. And I'm going to grab this. All right, that's the next part to my gift. And let's go upload. Let's go upload it, add it to Canvas. I also need to make sure This is the right size. What did I tell y'all? Because Cricut Design Space is a trifling heifer sometimes. So I'm going to click back on Silhouette Studio where I made it, and I'm going to click this and see it's supposed to be 4.134 inches. 4.134 inches, okay? So let's go back to Cricut. 4.13, sweet. It is the right size. But guess what? It's the wrong width because the Cricut mat, if I just looked at it, it was like 4 inches and something. So I need this to be rotated. So we're going to see if we can rotate it over here. So let's go to make it. All right. And we're going to go on the mat. And I have this mat size, the 12 inch. So I'm going to hit confirm. Oh, it is wide enough. Look at Cricut. Okay. Come through Cricut. I thought I was going to have to rotate it. Okay. So I needed to make sure that it's at least 2¼ inches from the top and then as wide as my mat. Okay. So let's go over here to the mat. First, I'm going to hit continue. It's got the Cricut Joy. It's got, let's go medium cardstock again. I'm going to go more pressure. And now let's come back over here to the table. Let's do this. All right. And so, like I said, this piece, is it 2½ inches? Let's go on this side because, you know, my math is trash. Look at that. Woo! That's what I'm saying. Holler. It is the right thickness. Yas, honey. Yas. Okay. It looks like it's too thick because I don't want it to jack up my rollers either, but we ain't gonna worry about that. Okay. So it's blinking. It wants me to load it. So let's slide that puppy in there. It's checking, making sure everything's good. Well, pushed itself, but it'll be all right. I'm gonna make sure that that's good. And now I'm going to click go on my screen and let it start cutting out that part of the design. Okay. So while this is cutting, hopefully I won't mess nothing up. I don't think there's a short in it or anything. While that's cutting, I want to share some interesting news with you guys. So aside from buy now, which is big news for us anyway, we weren't expecting to do that, but we talked and why did you stop? You tripping. Look at there. It stopped again. What the cuss? You know what? Let me leave it alone. Let's get back to talking. I'm gonna let Cricut trip and do whatever Cricut is doing. That's probably my Bluetooth signal though, y'all. My Bluetooth is trash on my computer. But anyways, so the buy now is there for those who are interested in buying rhinestones right now. It's retail pricing. It is not wholesale pricing. If you're interested in buying bulk quantities at business wholesale prices, then the buy in, not the buy now, the buy in will start on January the 29th and it will last until February the 5th. Okay. So what's going to happen during that point is you can buy everything else that you normally buy during the buy-in. But if you're interested in getting something that's going to come way less than 30 days, then the buy now is where you want to go. The buy-in is still going to take the customary 30 days to receive your package, hopefully less, but we shoot for no more than 30 days. Okay. That's the goal. And if as long as customs cooperates, shipment company cooperates, then we will meet that goal. So as I mentioned earlier, Making with Marilyn is totally awesome, y'all. If you haven't checked out her channel, one of the moderators, please drop her channel. I would really appreciate it since my honey bunny is sick. But if you have watched her, she is like bling queen OG, like obsessed, and I love it. It's amazing. And she done blinged all kind of stuff. She blinged out her sign behind her thing, and that's how she showed me, well, hey, you can bling on wood. And I was like, what? You can bling on wood? Nah, fam. Yeah, you can. I blinged on wood. This is there. It's been hanging. None of this has come off. It is beautiful. This is Crystal AB. And it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous rhinestones. As you see, here are our stones. This thing has stopped cutting again. Do you see that? I'm pointing to it. That's crazy. That's going to get on my nerves, and that will probably make me run over. But at any rate, so going back to our bling, you can bling hot fix rhinestones on wood, fam. So this, if I wanted to, I could put it on a plaque. I could press it, and that could be a custom plaque. So you can make even signs. This is from Dollar Tree, fam. You can go to Dollar Tree and you can bling out, make a template of a rhinestone, something, a word or something to go on this, and you can press it. And this is a whole new project, right? Whoops, Jesus, my bad. Whole new project. Okay. So I was sitting there looking at that thing and I was like, hold up. Wait a minute. If I can bling on that, then that means I can bling on this. This is cardstock. So you can bling on cardstock. And I told Marilyn earlier, I was like, I love cardstock now. Why? Because I can bling on it. She didn't know that part because I didn't say that part. But I love cardstock. So I decided I'm going to make a card for a friend and I'm going to bling it out. Okay. So this is my first time doing this. So hopefully it's going to turn out okay. Now, my original goal in making this for the friend was to, why is this stopping? That's going to make me mad. But my original goal for doing this for, oh no, I'm gonna have to get another piece because that looks tragic. I need a bone thingy. But my original goal for doing this was to bling it out and send it to her. And when I thought about that, I was like, what? You know what else I can do? Now, y'all know I've been not struggling, but I've been making these, right? And I've been making them, and I had found some cork that I was putting on the back of them to put, for what? Look, y'all. Look at this. Look. I'm dealing the blackjack table, dealing in bling. What? What? Dealing in bling, y'all. So you can put bling, you can make your templates, your samples, you can put them on cardstock. This is 65 grams, gross grams, something, 65 weight, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a really simple cardstock that you can go grab from Walmart. I got mine from Walmart. And you press it 350 degrees, 12 seconds. There's a slight difference in how to do this versus doing the shirts and stuff. Why is this stopping? What does this say? Machine connection lost. You check your connection and try again. Why is my machine connection lost? You're making me waste flock. I told y'all my Bluetooth connection on my computer is trash. Okay. So at any rate, I may have to cut this out on prints because this thing is tripping. So, well, it ain't this thing. It's my Bluetooth signal, but I digress. So you can do this. Now, apparently Andrea T saw somebody else do it. I didn't know you could. Marilyn, I was like, Marilyn is my girl. You hear me? So let's make a card. That's my goal for tonight, is to make a card. And I'm going to show you the cardstock that I'm using. I did not link it in the chat. Like I said, I grabbed this from Walmart. And oh, shut up. It looked like it started back where it was at. So hopefully all is not lost. Okay, so let me grab another piece. And unfortunately, the way I wanted to do the card with you guys tonight was to put this on either the Cricut or the Silhouette and have it write out the other parts to the card. But I've never made a card on the Cricut or the Silhouette, and I didn't have the right color cardstock to use. I have black because I wanted to make these. So I didn't buy any other colors, and I should have, but I didn't. So I wanted to make sure to use the person's favorite colors. Let me make sure this heat press didn't cut off, and it did. Let's cut you back on. But I wanted to use their favorite color cardstock. So on the outside is where this is going to go. And the reason why I said the SS6 rhinestones work better with this particular project is because on the inside of the card, I wanted the card to lay, you know, as close to flat as possible. And your SS10 stones are much thicker than the SS6 stones. So the SS6 stones will stick and hang thinner, so that when we flip this down, it'll present nicer, I think personally, but you know, we'll see how it goes with the SS10. With the arrow, what was the temperature? Same temperature. I did not paint it first either. Same temperature, 350 degrees. Because see, the thing with the temperature is this. The only time I would suggest a lower temperature would be if you have a super sensitive fabric, for instance, like a really lightweight, maybe silk or gauzy material or something like that. I got some hanging right here, but you can't see it. Like this type material. That would maybe be the only reason I would say lower the temperature. But even then, you need to make sure that your temperature is one to melt the glue sufficiently. Because if you don't melt the glue to the sufficient temperature, then it won't stick. And then your stones will pop off without redesigning design space. Okay, that works, my dear. Did you stop again? Okay. But at any rate, so that's why for things like jean jackets, thick hoodies, not the thinner hoodies, but the thicker hoodies, you might have to pre-press the shirt first to make sure that the surface of the fabric is good and warm, to help make sure that the glue on the back of the stones warm up as well, so that you'll get a good tight bond. So in that instance, I would not suggest increasing the temperature. I would suggest increasing the time that the rhinestones are in the heat press. So normally I suggest, which for this and this was 350 degrees for about 10 to 12 seconds. But for a denim jacket or a thicker hoodie, I would suggest put it on the heat press for maybe about 30 seconds. Check it, see how well it does. And then after you peel the hot fix transfer tape off, you could probably press it again to make sure that you get a nice good bond between that glue melting and the item you're putting it on. But I don't suggest increasing the temperature any more than 350, period. Okay. Onto the full page, then punch holes and put them in the binder by color. I thought of that, but I was just excited to be able to even do this part. So I apologize for seeming naive. Now, the other thing that that I found that helped when I was doing these last night is, instead of pressing it face up, I press them face down. That seemed to make a difference, because whenever I press face up, let's see if I can show you this. When I press face up, I don't know if you can see it. Well, you kind of can. See how it's like a curve here. And it really isn't that bad sitting here looking at it now, but it is a slight curve. It caused the depression in it. But when I did it face down, notice there is not that issue on this Labrador card. Okay, but it is blinding you. Yes, it is, girl. Yes, it is. It's blinding you. So just be careful. Wear your shades. I'm sorry for any retinal damage. I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer on my screen. Retinal damage is, you know, at your risk. All right, so that's done. So hopefully that cut like it was supposed to, because of course it was a heifer. So I'm going to put this right here at the bottom of this card. And I'm going to go ahead and press this, like I said, face down. So I'm going to put butcher paper here to make sure that all of this, you know, stays like it's supposed to. All right. And I'm sorry I don't have the camera on over here at Tealy. At some point I'm going to get that cut back on. But all I'm doing is laying it face down and putting that butcher paper down. And I'm laying the card kind of over the edge of the heat press so that it doesn't press the crease in the middle of the card. All right. And so now that's done, let's slide this back and peel this off while that's pressing over there. only a few of the stones. Look, so something didn't do right when it had to reset. That kind of sucks. So let's see what that is. But first, I'm going to bring this over. And you see there's a little bit of warping here, but not much. So hopefully that'll straighten itself out. And there we've got our cards. And I know that warping is because the whole thing wasn't in the press. So I'm going to put the whole thing in the press this time and see if it makes a difference. Okay. So now let's put this one here. And hopefully she'll be all right with that warping. I hope she'll be okay. She'll know that it was made out of love. All right. And so let's put this on the heat press. And this time I'm putting the whole thing in there because you ain't going to tear up my darn project I'm trying to do. So let's peel this real quick and see. I think it did not do right. I think it reset. Look at there. It didn't do right, y'all. So I'm going to use prints to cut that out so that it cuts out properly. And that was SS6 actually. Yeah, it cut out. It's off center and everything. Not off center, but it's off. It cut wrong anyway because it reset like it did. Darn thing. Darn Bluetooth signal sucks. Okay, so here's the front. Isn't that cute? This is going to be a cute card. All right. And so let me grab another piece of flock so that I can cut this. Let's see. How big is this? I'm going to cut this on prints because who ain't got time for the shenanigans is me. All right. So I'm going to put this right here. All righty. And let's cut prints back on because at the end of the day, what I wanted to show you, I showed you. Okay. So while we're waiting on that, I'm going to, unfortunately, do this the way I did not want to do it. And I'm going to handwrite it instead of letting Cricut do everything. Longer mat, not really. You know what? Forget you. Let's hit done. All right. And so now I'm going to do Cricut Maker. Let's hit make it. Make it, because we naked. Holler. All right, I'm going to pull this down. You can't see that, but that's what I'm doing. And this is SS6, so it's going to give me a fit anyway. I don't know why. SS6, I'm going to increase the pressure, actually. That's what the heck I'm going to do, because I'm not fighting with prints either. I refuse. So let's go heavy cardstock. Boom. Let's hit done. Let's do more pressure, and then we're going to hit go. All righty. So for those of you who purchased the by now, those stones will be headed out tomorrow. All righty. So I'm going to use a paint pen, silver. You know what? No, I'm going to use this pen. Use a paint pen silver because I want it to be nice and pretty, just like how Labrador looks right here on this card. I want it to be silvery and celebratorily. Hopefully this thing is working. Watch my pen be jacked up and it ain't got no stuff in it, y'all. Because usually paint pens come through better than that. Look at that. Nothing. Tarnation. Wait a minute. Did I see something coming? I see a little bit of something. It's taking forever. Come on, thing. Yay. There we go. All right. I'm probably flooded it now. Okay. So I got to go back and look at what I said was going to be said on my card. I can't remember. Okay. Let me practice. Because let's see. All right. Hopefully this won't look terrible. I hope I don't mess up, y'all. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. This looks tragic. I should have let the Cricut do it. It's hard in these YouTube streets. I don't know that I want to press that. Well, this shouldn't be an issue. Okay. So now it's going to say 35K right here in rhinestones. And then I'm going to write the other part down here. I cannot believe I just did that. So I'm going to hopefully an SS6 though, because that part, like I said, this is SS6. And that's why I don't really like doing the SS6, because look at how teeny and close these stupid little holes are. But that's how it is when you fool with SS6. All right, so as soon as that's done cutting, then we'll finish our card. But hopefully you guys will try it out. You know, make a card with some bling. If you are out of your cyan or your light cyan, there was some in the buy now part of the store. If you want to make some cards and you're out of it, I'll have to look and see if it's any left, because there's been a few sales. I do not mirror. You do not mirror with rhinestones at all. So I'm hoping that my friend will appreciate getting a bling out rhinestone card. I know she does like bling. It's not necessarily, I don't know if it's her favorite thing or not, but at the end of the day, I am proud of her 35K. So I intend to put this in the mail tomorrow. But meanwhile, once I'm done with this, I got to go back to finish making all of these samples so that you guys will have pictures. I'm going to get some white cardstock as well, Lord willing. And I'll have samples of all of the colors on black and the white cardstock so that it's easier to see and compare some colors together, so that you guys will have this on the website. Also, your wonderful friend and fellow hoop group person created a spreadsheet to help you keep track of your rhinestones and the rhinestones that you have purchased. So hopefully that'll be done as well. We're gonna we got to make some changes to it and add the new colors, because we do have the new colors in the buy-in coming up. It will be blue steel, which blue steel will be available after because I don't have enough of this in stock to put in the buy now store. But this will be featured in the buy now store once we get it in stock. Then we have we have our opals, which the opals will not be in the buy now section. This is only for the wholesale because of those are just so pricey. And then we have the rose gold will be in the buy now eventually, and the icicles will be in the buy now eventually, as well as the chrysolite will be in the, I thought I had the sample to that up here, but the chrysolite is super pretty. That will be in the buy now. No, wait a minute. Hold on, time out. Let me make sure of that, because that chrysolite is on par with that pink opal. So I don't know if that'll be in the buy now, but these three new colors will definitely be there. Hey Blanche Spikes, how are you? You're trying to get. I don't sell the rhinestone flock. Um, I don't sell the rhinestone flock, but we refer people to Heat Transfer Warehouse to purchase the rhinestone flock. And just about everywhere we can think of is out of rhinestone flock, with the exception of a few small sellers on Etsy. Some of them have rhinestone flock. Of course, it's a little more buying it from them versus Heat Transfer Warehouse, but some of them do have it available, so you can give them a shot. Aside from them, our rhinestones are right now available. We do have a buy now, as what I was just talking about before you came in. Is the buy now, you can buy rhinestones now at retail pricing, but if you're interested in purchasing in bulk at wholesale pricing, then that's for the buy in, and the buy in will be available January 29th. And the buy in, you will be able to purchase things like the ice chipper, which this is an example of an ice chipper. It comes with 8 chips in the ice chipper. This is not like, if you buy 8 chips in the buy now, it will not come in a chipper. The chippers are only for the buy in. Okay, so the buy in, you can get an ice chipper, or you can get the smaller ice pick. The ice pick comes in SS10 and SS6. The ice chipper comes in SS10. You also can get the pick 6. We did the pick 6 for Cyber Monday, where you could pick 6 different containers of 100 gross of rhinestones, and the oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, Sheila Cushionberry. TRW, the Rhinestone World, you can go there and purchase their flock as well. It does. I mean, it's great flock as well. It's blue, not pink, but it doesn't matter. The color is neither here nor there. It's rhinestone flock. But the 6 100 gross containers in a set, you can pick your own colors with that, and we're going to go ahead and keep that going. Folks really loved it, and they didn't want that to end. The all access in the description. Wind Line Perrin, welcome. Haven't seen your name, so welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. The all access is for a crafting for profit camp. Crafting for profit camp. And I'll go ahead and talk about that again, because y'all, I'm passionate about helping you guys get your businesses up off the ground. If that's something you want to do, I mean, heck, we're investing a ton of money in all of these crafts. Why not make some of that money back? Just saying, you don't have to. But the good thing about this Crafting for Profit camp is it's free. You can get the free ticket, watch all of the classes, watch 2 of the classes, just watch something in that Crafting for Profit camp, because there's going to be something in there that's going to be beneficial for you. All right. And it will help you if you decided to start a business, or it can help you streamline your crafting as it is now, because there's a lot of tips in there. You got social media tips, you got customer tips, it's all kind of stuff in there. Classes rather, that you can take and watch. I have a class in there for those who are on retirement and you're looking to supplement your retirement income, is the class that I have in there. And so definitely sign up for it, check it out. That starts this week. The all access pass is the bonus. Okay, so you get bonus things by purchasing the all access pass. You get access to more extra goodies that some of these crafters or the class participants are offering. And if you do the free ticket, you watch the class. Like, say for instance, the class you're interested in starts Saturday at 12 p.m., for instance. Well, you have 24 hours to watch that with the free ticket. You don't have to like be glued to your screen to make sure you don't miss it at that exact time. You have 24 hours from the first time that class goes live to watch it at your leisure. And then after that 24 hours, you missed it. Okay. But the all access pass, you get access to that for a year. You will be able to watch that class 2 weeks from now if you feel like it, or if you need a refresher, you can go back and watch it a month from now. Whatever the case may be, all of the classes will be available with the access pass, and you get bonus things with the all access pass, of course. But the free ticket, it does still allow you to watch those same classes. Okay, so please check that out, y'all. Please click that link. Please check it out. I'm not saying it for any reason other than for y'all to benefit from it. It is a killer lineup. My stuff is done and we're almost out of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch and show you the website again. Okay, so we're gonna click that all access pass. Hold on. Let's share screen. Bloop. Let's share screen and let's go to YouTube and let's see. Here we are. We are live right now. That is a crate. They be killing me with the still images that they catch of us when we're live. I don't understand. But anyway, so here we are. We're live. So let's go down to the description. And down here in the description, here's your free ticket. Here's your all access ticket. So let's click that free ticket. And look, get your free ticket. Click right here. And it has all of the different things that you are going to benefit from by taking this camp. Okay. And look, you scroll down, look at all these people. Look, you got Vinyl Me Crazy, Becky Dykes. I know you know her. I've watched her many times. You got Shanita Nicole. You got Abby Kirsten. You got the Crafty Brick. You got Jennifer Maker. You got Color Me Crafty. You got this chick, Eve she's crazy. I don't know about her class. Then you got Jessica Hill. Then you got Tisa Jackson. This is Tisa. Come on, fam. Bling. Another bling queen in the house. Mike Thompson. Lauren Kleppinger. Look, you got a ton of folks in here that are teaching, and here are all of the classes. Scroll through the classes, jot down the ones you want to see, and get the free ticket, people. Come on, fam. What else do you get for free nowadays? What else do you get for free? They are giving you access to all of this for free. The only catch is you got to watch it within 24 hours of the date of the time that that specific class goes live. That's it. That's the only catch, and that's really not a catch. You just got to be available. And if you're not available, well, guess what? That's what the all access pass is there for. Okay? But look, I mean, come on. Bookkeeping, organization, getting found on Google, SEO, mindset, your most powerful tool in starting, crafting, and scaling your business, creating customer connections through video. Let's get digital, adding your digital products to your business to increase revenue. Come on, fam. And if you're doing rhinestone designs, if you took the advanced rhinestone class with me and Patrice, you better be in this class. You need to be in this class. You will be able to create digital products and make money while you are laying in bed knocked out. Okay, come on, fam. Come on, make this money. It's all kind of ways you can do it. You don't have to constantly be physically working super hard to make money. You can actually create digital files, which are rhinestone designs, which are hot right now, may I add, which are hot right now. You can make digital files, sell them, and make money without doing anything else. You hit the right rhinestone design nail on the head, you will make money. You'll make money. That's the thing. You got to see what's trending. You got holidays coming up. You make stuff that's themed along with the holidays and let folks know, hey, this is the rhinestone design. Guess what? Come on, get that money. Get it. I'm trying to tell you, there's money out there. And that's what this Crafting for Profit Camp is designed to do, is to help you get your footing, help you be successful. And it starts this week. It starts this week, people. Look, January 26th through the 28th. 4 days. Now 3. 3 days from now, it kicks off. Get your free ticket. Okay. Click that link in the description. Get your free ticket. Okay. So we are done with the cutting of the thing. So I am going to peel that off, let you see it. And then we will I'll bling this and add it to the card after the live, and then send you the picture on, I'll probably post it in the community tab and let you guys see it. But I'm not gonna bling it live because I don't want to keep you guys late. Okay, but I appreciate y'all hanging with me tonight. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for letting me share with you the Crafting for Profit camp. I know you will benefit from it. I was super excited. Look at that. Look at that. See, that's the other reason why I'm gonna do it after I get off the live, because SS6 just doesn't like to play nice with me. So I'm gonna have to stick this. I'll show you what I do in this instance actually real quick. Let's show y'all that, because this is a part of bling too. And it can be frustrating if you're not used to it and you're like, I don't want to go through this. Well, it can be a part of it. So this is what I generally do, is I will take this, peel it off, and then I'll turn it over, because this is a slicker surface. So I'll turn it over to the more papery surface, and then I'll just rub it on the back side of that and let it pull off more of those dots. Now, some people say put it on the Cricut mat and that will pull off more dots, and it will. But the only reason why I don't necessarily care to do it with the Cricut mat is because sometimes it can be too sticky, and then it'll peel off more than what I needed to peel off and cause me problems. So as you see, it's coming out pretty good. Come through back of the paper thing. Okay. So there's more than one way to skin cats, although I don't make it a habit to skin cats. But there is more than one way to do so, without getting super frustrated and having a whole hissy fit because things aren't going the way you intend to. If you just chill out a little bit and think outside the box, you can make a situation work if you just take your time and go with the flow. So see, some of those dots did come out. And again, I increase the pressure. If you go through this, now I go through this all the time with SS6. I don't know why. So I increase the pressure for my SS6 cuts to get it to cut better for me. And as you see, even with the increased pressure, it still didn't cut all the way through that white paper on the backing. So you can increase the pressure a step to see if that helps you cut these little bitty holes better. But yeah, SS6 fights me. So, you know, it is what it is. These are small holes, by the way. And just like we know, even with that's one of the bragging points of the Juliette and the Romeo, is they mention that they can cut smaller things and do much smaller, more intricate cuts. And let's be quite honest, Cricut does do a lot of intricate cuts, but that's not its glory. You know, that's not the glory of the Cricut. So these are smaller cuts. So I'm not too upset that it's, fighting me a little bit with the SS6. And that's it. See, there's my 35K. So let me move this. Let me move this and put it in the trash. So, because I'm going to wind up with pink dots all over God's creation for the next couple of days. All right. And I'm going to set this up so that I can bling it and put it inside my card. Okay. And like I said, I'll post a picture of it. Wait a minute. What time is it? 11. What the heck? Come on, y'all. Let's bling this real quick. Let's bling it real quick. Should I do? I know her favorite color is red. Let's do red. One of her favorite colors is red anyway. So let's do red. Actually, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the number in red. And if I'm bold enough, I'll do the K in silver and crystal. That's going to take extra time though. I'm trying not to keep y'all longer. Let's see. Okay. Come through SS6. Come through SS6. I'm throwing red stones all over the place, Lord. All right, so let's get this in place. That's pretty. Y'all, I think she'll like this. I hope so anyways. And if she does, hopefully she'll post a picture and let y'all see it in her group when she gets it. But I ain't naming no names and I ain't saying who it is. But I think she'll enjoy it. So yes, you can do cards, put your rhinestones on cardstock. So come up with some other ideas or some other things that you can do on the wood and on cardstock. Because finding out that you can bling on wood and bling on cardstock, come on, come through. What else can we bling on? Shoot, if we can bling that, what else can we do? Okay, let's do it this way. All right, these are SS6. These are much smaller than the SS10. They are available in the buy in and the buy now. But again, the buy now that we got going on is a limited run. It's just a quick test to make sure everything flows like it's supposed to and all the orders go through like they're supposed to and all that jazz. Because this is a horse of a whole different color than the once a month buy-in for us, anyways. Because we're a small team of folks, and I got a couple of kids. My aunts are always willing to come and help, so we got folks willing to help. But I just got to make sure everything goes just so, because this is instant gratification we got going on. Okay. All right. So that flip. Let's put you back. Look at these little bitty stones. I can't even flip it. There we go. Okay, I think I'm missing 2. Tilly over there like, I'm waiting. Sorry, Tilly, I'm coming. There we go. That's cute. I think that's cute. Hopefully that's cute. If it ain't, it's too bad now, dang it. Because I already did it. Okay, so now I'm going to press the 35K on this side. And then I'm going to finish my message at the bottom of it. I cannot find what I did. What did I do with that tape? Oh, it's right here. All righty. Perfect. Look at that. That's cute. I'm so excited. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. All right. So let's do this. I'm gonna press it, and hopefully my silver writing won't get damaged. I don't know, because I've never done this before with the paint pen. One thing for certain, if it wasn't cured, it'll darn sure be cured now. All righty. And here we go. Let's peel this off. Look at that. OMG. It's super cute. It's hard in these YouTube streets, but not for you. Yay. You hit 35K. I love it. Okay. I can't wait to put this in the mail. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. And I look forward to seeing your rhinestone projects on cardstock or on wood. Because like I said, this easily, it could have been a plaque, could have put this on a piece of wood and sent it. All right. Perfect. I love it. And I hope you like it too. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and get signed off so that you guys can go to bed. And so Patrice can go to bed. And so I can go to bed and go in there and tend to my hubby who is in pain. So him's not feeling good. Like I said, he had let me go get it so I can show it up close. He had a bad headache tonight, and so he could not join us tonight, and that's kind of unfortunate. So again, recap of tonight. So we have the Crafting for Profit camp. It is in the description. Please go get your free ticket, y'all. Please, come on, make that money. We have buy now available for the rhinestones. They are retail pricing though, and you only get the chips. You only get 20 gross if it's SS10 and 50 gross if it's SS6. You get your ice chips only. That's the only size we're offering right now, quantity wise. Also, the buy-in does start on the 29th. We do have new colors, and here are most of them. You got your pink opal. We've got blue opal. We've got the green opal that's going to be available. The outline of these letters is white opal. And then the inside is icicles. So the only thing missing on this shirt would be the chrysolite and the um, uh, rose gold and the blue steel. Those three are not on here, but here are at least these new colors that we'll have. These will be available for purchase for the buy-in on the 29th, which is next Sunday. So I hope y'all are ready. It's only going to last until the 5th of February, okay? Only till the 5th of February. And then we showed tonight how you can do hot fix rhinestones on cardstock. Thank you, Marilyn, for telling me that you can press rhinestones to wood, which I'm sitting there looking at that plaque and was like, you know what? I think I could press the cardstock, and tried it, and it did. I didn't know other folks was already out there doing it, but it's all right. We learned. And so if you know who this card is going to, please be sure to holler congratulations to her as well. So she's going to get a super blingy present in the mail, and I'm excited about it. This was fun to make. So I do intend to make some more cards for some folks. But like I said, I think the SS6, so I did use SS6 on the inside, and it fits really nice and flat. You know what I'm saying? Whereas these are a little more chunky. So I don't think the card would fold and close as nicely with the SS10s. But I mean, it'll still work. It definitely will. But I thought this was cute. So hopefully you guys will get to make some cards. And if you do, I would love to see them. And aside from that, join us over on Facebook for any updates and any other questions. And I think that's it. I know I'm forgetting something, but it's going to have to be okay, because it's time for me to go check on my man and make sure he is all right back there, because I don't like it when he's sick. So again, make sure you're drinking your water. Circle Bottle Drinkers Unite. And until the next time we see you all, we hope you have happy blinging. So y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining us, and it was a pleasure. Bye. And if you still here, I'm sorry I didn't ring the bell for Paula D for being a new member. Holler! Hopefully she ain't gone. My bad. Y'all remind me to ring for her next week. Bye.